In the previous video, we saw about the three-phase off-wave controlled rectifier with R load. Okay, so in this session, we are going to see about the three-phase off-wave controlled rectifier with RL load. So here the load is RL. Okay, so the transformer, the primary of the transformer is delta connected and the secondary of the transformer is star connected. So to the three phases, with the R phase, the thyristor T1 is connected. When thyristor T2 is connected with the Y phase, thyristor T3 is connected with the B phase. Okay, now we can see the waveform, that is the operation. So this is the input supply voltage. Okay, voltage waveform. So here we are going to draw the waveform for alpha is equal to 0 degree. So 0 degree means the minimum, that is the R phase. Okay, R phase is maximum between these 2 points. Okay, from 30 to 150 degree. So minimum required voltage is 30 degree. So 30 degree, now the alpha we are going to consider is 0 degree. So 30 plus 0, 30 degree. So here which thyristor we should trigger? T1, because with R phase T1 is connected. Okay, now we are going to trigger this T1 at this point. Okay, now what will be the output? So if we trigger the thyristor T1, then the R phase, okay, the R phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Okay, see here the same output. Okay, then after this T2 is triggered at this point. Okay, because here Y phase is maximum. Okay, between these 2 points Y phase is maximum. In Y phase T2 is connected. So now we are going to trigger the T2 at this 30 degree of Y phase. Okay, so T2 is triggered here. Then what will be the output? The Y phase voltage. Okay, the Y phase voltage will be appeared across the output, across the load. Okay, then at this point the B phase is maximum. So with the B phase T3 is connected. So we are going to trigger this T3. So the output will be the B phase voltage. Okay, the B phase voltage will be appeared across the load. That is the output voltage. And then again R phase. Okay, then T1 is triggered. Then this will be the output. Okay, see here this one. Okay, so no need to don't bother about this dotted lines. Okay, so you try to understand this one. Then output current, load current is which is continuous flow. We can see this. Okay, continuous flow of load current. Then current through the thyristor T1. So you know already, since we have drawn many waveforms in the previous videos. So T1, wherever the thyristor T1 is conducting, there will be the current flow through the thyristor. So the duration of conduction of T1 is here to here. Okay, so this point, this duration. So for this duration you have to draw this waveform. Okay, so this is the current through the thyristor T1. Again here comes. Okay, this is again T1. T1 is in conduction mode. So there will be current flow in thyristor T1. Then what will be the current flow through thyristor 2? So here, this is the thyristor 2 is conducting. Here the T2 is conducting. So this will be, okay, the duration where the current through the thyristor T2 is flowing. Okay, like this you can draw for thyristor T3 also. So for T3 means you can draw here. Okay, so here the thyristor T3 is conducting. So there this duration. So there will be the current through the thyristor T3. Okay, this is for T3. Then again here, okay, this duration from here to this duration. Okay, so this is also, this is the current through thyristor T3. Okay, next alpha is equal to 60 degree. Okay, first we saw about for alpha is equal to 60 degree. Then alpha is equal to 60 degree. Now we are going to see. So 60 degree means the minimum angle is 30. So 30 plus 60, 90 degree. So 90 degree we are going to trigger. Okay, so at this first the R phase is maximum. So since the R phase is maximum, we are going to trigger the thyristor T1. Okay, where we have to trigger at 90 degree. So at 90 degree I am going to trigger. So this is that 90 degree. Okay, this is the 90 degree. When I trigger, the thyristor starts its conduction and the output will be the same, the R phase voltage. Okay, the same R phase voltage. But here the difference is, so okay, see here first now, this R phase voltage as such you have to draw. Okay. Okay, so here we get this negative voltage also. In the previous video, for R load we stopped here itself. Okay, here itself we stopped. Then the output was 0. Okay, because it was R load during negative voltage, and the thyristor will be reversed biased. So there will be no conduction, no output. But here this is inductive load. Okay, here we are using inductive load. So because of this inductance property, okay, there will be negative voltage. Okay, that is spike in voltage. That is negative voltage. Okay, so see here the same thing is drawn here also. This is the output voltage. Okay, that is the R phase. You have to draw as such. Okay, then at this point, for here the Y phase is maximum. So Y phase is maximum means the T2 should be triggered. Okay, this is the 90 degree for Y phase. Okay, for R phase this is the 90 degree, and for Y phase this is the 90 degree, and for B phase this is the 90 degree. Okay, again here we are going to trigger this T2. Okay, I'm going to trigger this T2. What will be the output? Then the Y phase. Okay, the Y phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Okay, see here the same thing is drawn here. Okay, then at this 90 degree, since the B phase is maximum, T3 is triggered. Okay, then what will be the output? So the B phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Okay, again the thyristor T1 is triggered since the R phase is maximum. Okay, so it will go on like this. Okay, so here the previous part also you can draw. Okay, because this is T1 means this is due to T3. Okay, the before T1 T3 would have conducted. Okay, so that is T3. Hope you understood. Okay, this is for alpha is equal to 60 degree. So again, as we know, for inductive load there is a continuous flow of current, then current through the thyristor also you know. So wherever the thyristor conduction, thyristor 1 is conducting, there will be current flow. Okay, for the thyristor T1, okay, this is the duration where the thyristor T1 is conducting. So this is the current waveform, and again here the thyristor T1 is conducting, so you can draw the current through T1. Then for T2, this is, so this duration, okay, current through T2. Again for T3 you can draw. Okay, again this is for T3. Okay, here, then again this spot will be current through T3. Okay, this one for T3. Okay, so next alpha is equal to 90 degree. So 90 degree means 30 plus 90, 120 degree. So for R phase, this is the 120 degree. Okay, this is the 120 degree. So here the thyristor T1 will be triggered. For Y phase, this is the 120 degree. Here T2 will be triggered. For B phase, this is the 120 degree. Here T3 will be triggered. Okay, so first we are going to trigger the phase, the thyristor T1, because here the R phase is maximum. So if we trigger this thyristor T1, what will happen? So the R phase voltage, okay, R phase, this is the R phase voltage. So can you understand this? So this part is R phase, okay, this wave is R phase. So now the waveform, okay, the phase voltage, R phase voltage will be appeared as such in supply voltage across the load. Okay, what is there in supply voltage, the same voltage will be appeared across the load. See here this part. Okay, this is R phase. Okay, from here to here. Okay, T1 is triggered here. So up to here the thyristor T1 is conducting. Okay, here this is negative voltage. Okay, this is negative voltage. So this is because of this inductance property. Okay, then again this point at this 120 degree T2 is triggered. So what will happen? So at this point the T2 is triggered. So the output will be the Y phase output. Okay, this is Y phase. So as such the Y phase voltage will be appeared as the output. Okay, this is the Y phase output. Then again at this point T3 is triggered. So the output will be B phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Okay, so these negative voltages and all due to the inductance effect. Okay, so previous one also we can draw this waveform. Okay, this is because of T3. Okay, this is T1. This is due to T3. It is due to T3. Okay, so we have drawn the waveform for load voltage, that is output voltage for alpha is equal to 90 degree. So the output current which is continuous, then current through thyristor T1. Okay, so this duration current through thyristor T1 and again this one, then current through thyristor T3. Okay, T2 also you can draw. So already as we have drawn for T2, we have mentioned here for T3. T2 also you can draw. T2 means it will be here. Okay, here you have to draw T2. Then for T3, so this is T3. Okay, IT3, that is current flow through IT3, thyristor 3. Then this is current flow through thyristor 3. Okay, so this is the conduction for alpha is equal to 90 degree. Then alpha is equal to 120 degree. So 120 degree means 30 plus 120 is equal to 150 degree. So for this R phase, this is the 150 degree. Okay, so this is 180 degree means this is 150 degree. Then for Y phase, this is the 150 degree. Then for B phase, this is the 150 degree. Okay, now we are going to trigger the thyristor T1 because at this point phase R is maximum. So T1 is triggered. Okay, now T1 is triggered at this point. So what will be the output? What will be the output? So this one R phase now. So R phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Okay, this is the R phase. Okay, so we have triggered T1 here. The R phase voltage will be appeared across the load. Then at this point we have triggered T2. So the T2 is connected with Y phase. Okay, so the Y phase voltage will be appeared across the load. This is the Y phase voltage. Okay, so this is the Y phase voltage. You see here the same thing which I am drawing, the same output is here. Okay, then at this point T3 is triggered. Okay, so T3 means this is B phase. Okay, T3 means this is 120 degree of B phase. So it should be drawn like this. Okay, the B phase voltage. Okay, B phase voltage. Then again T1. So here T1 is triggered. Okay, then it continues like this. You can draw this waveform. The previous one before T1, T2 will be in the conduction mode. Okay, this is for T3. So this is the load voltage for 120 alpha is equal to 120 degree. This is the output current and current through the thyristor T1. So this is current through T1. Then current through T2. This is so this duration is, so this is T3 means the previous one will be T2. Okay, so T1, T2, T3, again T1, T2, T3, it will keep on going. Okay, so this is T3 means before T3, T2 to have conducted. Okay, so this is T2, current through T2. Then again here this part, okay, this duration is for current through thyristor 2. Then IT3, that is current through T3. So this duration is the current flowing current flow through thyristor T3. Then again this one also is IT3, that is current which is flowing through the thyristor 3. So this is the output voltage and current waveforms for alpha is equal to 120 degree. Here I want to mention one thing is that we can remove this negative voltage. Okay, so this part always I will show in the previous slide. So this part is negative voltage. This negative voltage can be prevented, okay, by using a freewheeling diode. Okay, how can we connect this freewheeling diode across this inductive load? If you connect a freewheeling diode, okay, what is its the function of freewheeling diode? It prevents the negative voltage. Okay, so by preventing the negative voltage, you will not get this negative voltage. So here the output will be like this. Okay, the 0. Okay, then this one and this part will be 0 because here the freewheeling diode will conduct. Okay, then again 0, then again it will be 0. Okay, so this part will not be there. So in this duration there will be freewheeling diode action. Okay, freewheeling diode. So here also freewheeling diode, this part. Okay, like this, here the freewheeling diode will conduct. So this part freewheeling diode will conduct. So you can remove this negative spike by using a freewheeling diode, by connecting this freewheeling diode across the load. Okay. This is about the 3-phase half-wave controlled rectifier with RL load. Thank you.